Welcome, guys. Welcome to Mountain Man Explore the Truth. I just thought I'd come on here and say hello on a Happy New Year. I was cutting that intro short as I select the wrong one. Excuse me. Let me get my video on clear here. Here I am. How you guys doing today? Happy New Year. Hope you're all doing well. I gotta go to my YouTube channel just to make sure I'm playing. Let's see here. Um, you might hear me again. I just gotta make sure everything's working, guys. It's just my thing. Here I am. How you guys doing today? Happy? Yep, it's working. Awesome. All right. So, what's new, guys? What's your plan for New Year? I can see you now in the chat room here. I think. Let me check. Okay. Happy New Year. Excellent. All right. All right. All right. Okay. I'm trying to see. All right. Just checking my stuff over. I apologize. All right. So that looks good. So, what's your guys' goal for the new year? Leave a comment and tell me what you plan to do this year, this new, fresh year. What are you guys thinking about doing? Let me know. A little dead air there. Um, my goal this year is to focus on the show, get more, episodes out for you, and stay on it. And I'm going to be doing a lot more lives, guys. I enjoy doing them, and I want to be careful when I'm sharing videos on here because I don't want to deal with any copyrights or anything like that. I had one video say copyright on the bottom. What's that mean, guys? I'm making sure I didn't do something wrong. I didn't get a message from anybody telling me I was doing something wrong, so um, I don't know if it's just saying that YouTube's telling me, hey, be careful, copyright on there or whatever. Because I think I'm doing all the steps right. You supposed to say the person's channel name and all that. So unless that person was not doing it right, I don't know. I'm new to it, guys. Doing these reaction videos, I just want to be careful what I'm doing. Um, leave a comment, let me know. Um, so yeah, I thought I'd come on and say hello and what's coming. So for Mountain Man Explore the Truth, we're gonna be working on more stuff too for live shows when I don't have people coming on. I'm gonna definitely do a lot of live shows, and I'm gonna try to invite guests coming on. I was trying to stop in Matt's show, Planet 412, to say hello to everybody. I got to stop there to say hello, but I wasn't around to be able to do that. So apologize to Matt for that. I would have loved to stop by. It sounds like he didn't get anybody to come on that he invited, which sucks. But New Year's Eve, people probably have plans. That's just the way it goes. Anyone there? Anybody watching? Probably not. Mr. Duffy is. Planet 420. Yeah, that's a good one. You know, Planet 412. But yeah, Planet 420 wouldn't be a bad idea either, huh? No. Hi, Kel. How you doing? So yeah, I hope everybody had a happy new year. I'm a little tired, but I thought come on here to do a live and see what's going on and see if anything new is going on. So you tell me, guys. What's it mean when they put copyright below your video? Is that something just I'm trying to figure that out. It could be anything. You trying to cut back the new year? Hey, good to you, Miss Duffy. I'm working on my eating habits. I'm trying to let go of some sweets, and um, I'm trying to get in better shape too because we're not getting any younger. You know what I mean? Oh, awesome! You've been finding some crystals, hunting new areas to Sasquatch. Right on, man. Right on. Keep at it, dude. Yeah, but yeah, it's my goal this year is to get in better shape, um, eat better, and because we're not getting any younger. I'm also going to start trying to do fasting. It's going to be challenging for me 'cause I like to snack and eat. Um, I'm gonna cut back on my, because we're supposed to not eat that much, and that's why we feel a little fatigue and crappy feeling because we eat too much and snack too much. Um, it's important just to drink fluids and eat within those, I don't know, 10-hour, 12-hour. But if you're gonna do fasting, you gotta start slow, is what I hear. Yeah, health is important, man. Especially if you want to go out and do some research, because I've seen a lot of researchers going out there struggling, man, because their health is deteriorating on them. So I pray and hope that they get in better health too. There's some good researchers out there, but they're in bad shape. They can't go that far in, so unfortunate, you're not going to get much not going far in. I know you don't have to go too far when you're looking into Bigfoot and other things, but yeah, and then work on cutting out the sugar. You're supposed to have more of a natural sugar. Oh, right on, carnivore. All right on. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. My wife is a health nut, so I'll just have to listen to her more and eat right. Yeah, I believe that too, Duffy. I think they like the high grounds better. Putting down here in Texas, though, you know how it is. There's not a lot of high ground over here. It's kind of lower, but I think they're a different type of Sasquatch over here. I think they're more, you know, I guess you can call them the wood buggers, but they're a little different down here. I think is what I've been hearing. They're like to be deep in the swamps where people don't really go. Um, I'm not near close to swamps, but I'm not that far away from it actually. I'm pretty close to Louisiana's border here, and it we got a lot of creeks and a lot of wildlife around us over here, so it's pretty interesting. Back at home in Oregon, though, yeah, they like to be in a higher elevation because I noticed that because a lot of people don't go hiking way up there. If you do, you're going up there to check out mountains and stuff like that, and and that's when I hear people have more encounters and seeing things. So it's interesting. Um, Living down here in Texas has been, not bad. I don't mind it. I don't know if it's permanent for me, but I like it so far. I like the weather. Um, but part of me wants to go back up in the mountains. So who knows? I'm keeping my door open. We'll see where the future holds. Right now, we'll just enjoy Texas. Well, I've had some weird stuff going on with the dogs out there. They bark like somebody's nearby, and I got German shepherds, and I did have some mimic sounds going on out there. I thought it was owls, but it sounded weird. So I don't know what it was. I did hear some loud thumping behind my property here, which is 61 acres behind me, that somebody I think owns, and they use it for hunting. So there's a lot of property behind me, and then in the cross street there's one neighbor, but behind him it's the big thicket reserves. So I'm basically right near the you know reserve land that nobody lives on. You walk down the road like, I don't know, about a mile or half mile down the road, and you're basically out in the big thickets. It's interesting out there. Oh, interesting. That's why I was wondering if they mimic owl sounds, because I haven't really seen or heard any owls out here. I know they're here, but this sound like chattering more than one, like three of them, and I was like, what the? I got it on video actually. I'm trying to remember what I have it on. Let me see if I can find it, guys, and I can share it with you too. Because I only got a couple people in here right now. It's because I decided to do it live out of nowhere. I know I need to go on Facebook and other things and let them know, hey, I'm going live to get more people in there. But right now, I'm just trying to build my live channels up, so I can have going up in YouTube more. Because I heard if you do more live videos, the more you get out there. So let's see if I can find it. Bear with me for a minute, guys. Well, it might take me a minute here. Hold on. I think I had it on TikTok. So let's see if it's on there. All right, hold on, guys. Here we go.
Just some wild sounds. Listen.
I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Some kind of owls, I think.
I even heard a knock there. Did you see
Wild
that?
sounds. You guys should have heard it earlier. It was screaming. I thought it was a person screaming.
Let's go back to the beginning there. Sorry about the background noise there. Hear that?
Just some wild sounds. Listen.
You might hear it faintly, but you can hear it better on TikTok. Might be not too good on the mic. Yeah, that's for sure, man. I need to get one of those. But yeah, it's well, you're hearing that little background slang. It sounds like somebody drinking water. That was my dog. Sorry about that. Right when he was doing that is when they were making the sounds go off. But it was definitely a lot of hoo 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 and back and forth and kind of reminded me of a crow sound and yeah, it sounded like one of them went ooh ah yeah like that. It was weird, dude. When I showed it to one of these guys on TikTok, he goes, "Dude, I think you got Bigfoot nearby." And I started thinking maybe because there was a couple of weeks ago, I heard some branches breaking behind the property and it sounded heavy. And I'm like, what the hell? I actually yelled out at it. I'm like, I got a gun. Get out of here, because I thought somebody was on my property, but it was out in the woods. So the dogs didn't even want to run up check it out, and that's what made me go, why aren't the dogs running over there checking it out? They were standing back with me and just kind of growling and barking. So what was it? I don't know. I hope I'm not too close to the mic, guys. Let me readjust this here. Anyhow, it was interesting, guys. There's a lot of activity in here. Mr. Duffy, there's a guy that told me that there's been a lot of crawlers out here in the woods. He said he's seen about 8, I think, or 9 of them, if I remember right. I need to reach out to him again because he did message me not too long ago, and I forgot to respond to him. I think I might have seen something one morning in a foggy morning, and it was weird, dude. I just saw look like something on all fours, like a human would walk, like on all fours with their back rear end up in the air, and it ran across the road in this foggy morning, and it was all skin color looking, and like tan looking, and in the fog, and it freaked me the hell out, man. I was like slowing down, like what was that, you know? And I still don't know what it was. And some people say maybe you saw one of those crawlers because they're all over out here. So I don't know. Yeah. Well, it didn't mess with me. I think it just ran across the road and disappeared. I kept going. I didn't want to stop to check it out. It's too foggy, dense fog, and I didn't want to, you know. So I think I might have seen one. I don't know. But he told me there's a lot up here, uh, over here in my area. So, and he even told me about witches. There's a lot of witches too. So, anyhow, checking out something here, guys. So yeah, I like to do some little reaction videos too on things, and yeah, that's for sure. I'd never want to be unarmed when I'm in the woods. I always had a gun carrying a gun with me when I go out and hike or walk around. And one thing I liked about Texas, you can carry a gun. I don't know if they got certain laws when you're going in their big thicket reserve area, but I don't think they would matter. Drinking some coffee. Got to have my coffee this morning. So what I'm going to do differently though is look at some of my past videos and we'll talk about some of the people's uh, experience they've had. Let me check here. Um, Let me see here. I'm trying to look into all my videos here. You know, let's go back and check something out really real quick here. This was an interesting find that I found in Oregon. This was in Oregon. We'll go ahead and watch that. Let me go ahead and go to the reaction. Let me know if you guys can see it. Here we go. Oh.
Well, I found something in the cannon. It's missing parts.
Look how wild my
Show ya.
beard was.
Yeah. Well,
So what do you guys think that was? What do you think that was something to do with hold on a second. Control room. Oh, wrong one. Remind me later. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to do that. All right. I still got to figure out why my chat room ain't popping up. So, there we go. I'm still learning, guys. Bear with me. So, I want to open another channel here just to that way I can see your guys' comments. I still got to figure out why my chat room ain't popping up. There we go. There we go. So that way I can see you guys' chat room. He told me he thinks they has some kind of connection with these witches around here, Mr. Duffy, to answer your question. And he also thinks maybe they're coming in and out of portals around here, but he's not sure. He just know that he's seen about 8 of them out here. A small town. And I haven't really seen anybody carrying a gun, you know? Maybe they keep it concealed. I've only seen, I think, one guy go into a store at Walmart with a handgun, but yeah, I don't know. I think most people just don't, carry them out in the open. Maybe to keep them concealed. 'Cause I think you can keep them, you can have them concealed too without a permit here, but I'm not 100% sure. I need to look into that. So let's go ahead and check out some more videos here.
there you have it, guys.
Okay, this is a good one for you guys to check out. Let me go over here. Oh,
They go even thicker on the chemtrails when the clouds are out. Look at those clouds. I think some of those clouds are natural there. But they're getting busy up there. That's a pretty thick chemtrail line.
I'll
Definitely
tell
put
you what,
more
it was
out when the
thick there all
clouds
the
are out.
time. Look at that. You can see above it.
Whatever they're doing.
That's not natural there.
I hate to say, guys, but I think they're trying to kill us. And if you're wondering what's going on with our gardens and weather, well, we now know the government's behind it.
You can see how I was really anti-government there, man. Let's see here. Trying to see what else.
Hey.
That's old. All right, hold on a second. So I am gonna work on some more videos for you guys to check out too. I hope not. Did I mute myself? Let me check. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. I hope not. Let me check. Let me check. All right, hold on a second, man. I made it hit some. Uh-oh. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Hello?
No, that's not right. Huh. Interesting. I wonder why. Okay. Yeah, maybe it was when it was playing the video. Okay, good. You can hear me. I was gonna say everything's open. Um, yeah, somebody's trying to stop me, guys, from sharing that chemtrail stuff. uh, you just never know, right? Let's see here. I'm gonna check something out here, guys. 1 second. No, 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 no. That's not what I wanted to do. All right, all right. So I hope you guys do your goals for New Year. I hope you succeed on your goals this year. I want to play something here, but I'm trying to find the right one. Oh, sorry about that bang in the background. There's a good one. Hold on a second.
Get back to his somewhat normal self.
All right, here's a good one for you guys to check out. Um, Play a little clip on it. Here we go.
As he got older, I guess the memories kind of came back of them. He would say they came. He described them as they looked like humans and somewhat fair skin, white, um, blonde hair, um, different color eyes, but they were fair.
This is when I had Donna on the show, and she's one of my great guests I had on the show. She's been experiencing with these Bigfoots in her area up in I think it's Ohio, and she calls them the Watchers of the Woods. She's had nothing but good experience with them, maybe a couple bad ones, but she has a lot of activity up in her area.
And always the light.
And also, this is
You know,
also this is when I was doing my show in the truck as a studio.
they would take him, and he would lose time. And he told me these stories, and of course, you always take everything in as a grain of sand. Is it whatever? But as he got older, like I said, I've always taken him for his medical when he's a veteran. So I've taken him in to the Veterans Hospital because he has trouble walking now. He did he did 2 tours of Vietnam, straight into the fighting. He's a gunner, but then his last part, he was a Green Beret, and he's special. So
let's go ahead and get to a point where I was trying to show
like 8 or 10 batteries, like the big.
See here.
He had to have some heart surgery.
Okay, I'm trying to find the part where she was talking
With
about
a group that I would go and work with sometimes.
Okay, it's probably short.
A whole lot of stuff. I grew up in a house that was.
Kid, but I definitely seen something in the basement. Yeah.
Stood there, and as I stood there, it starts rising up out of the floor.
Wow.
And it was like long black hair coming down, and I'm watching.
Oh, I realized I clicked the wrong video. This is the Shadow
it just
People.
Comes up more and more, and I can see this hanging, but I can't see if there's no face inside. Which I'm either going to go back down the stairs, which I'm terrified to move. I mean, I was literally petrified. Yeah. And I decide I'm going to run through it into my room.
See, when I did this episode with Donna, I was experiencing some strange things up in there. Let me check my comments here, guys. I'm checking on you. Okay, everything. All right, looks like you guys still. Yeah, I know these crawler things, dude. We need to do a whole episode on that because I don't know. I want to find somebody that had a lot of experience with them, especially that guy. Anyhow, this episode what I did with Donna was a pretty interesting one because we decided to do a episode on the shadow people because during that time in Oregon, I was dealing with some things, some personal things, depression and all this stuff. I started seeing these shadow figures popping up out of nowhere, and I feel like they're harassing me because they didn't feel good. They just kept popping up and disappearing, and it freaked me out, So that's kind of when I stepped away from the show for a little bit, and because I was a little, disturbed by what I was seeing, and then I kept praying to Jesus and God and asking for those things to go away, and in time it go away. So I started to become more of a believer in Jesus and God, and that's a whole nother story there, but that's why I did this episode, um, talking about it.
Room and locked my door, which I did. I made it into my room, and in this, the door had you're too young probably to know these kind of locks, but it was like this little latch. It went over, and you pushed it down, and it locked the door.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I jumped into my bed, and I've got the blankets pulled up, and all of a sudden, the whole wall, the door, it's like boom, 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 and this wall is shaking. That door is, and I'm thinking it's going to bust through. And I look, and the only way I can explain this is like the room is breathing. It's
Wow.
like it's breathing. The walls are just like like a lung would be breathing, pushing in, and I'm screaming. I am screaming to the top of my lungs. Nobody ever heard me. Nobody ever came. So in this, there was the window had on this, you could open that like a door and go out. There's a big porch roof, and the old time TV antenna where you had to go outside and turn it. There's a pipe, and I'd went down it before. I was a kid, and I finally, and it's just like, oh my God, I don't know how they could not hear the noises that was coming, and it was like this horrible noise. It's like, and it's breathing. The walls are breathing, and it's just shimmering.
That's
And
creepy.
I got out there and I got onto the roof, and I went down that pole. Like hand over hand. Of course, like I said, I grew up in the country, so I was always, I was into something all the time. So when I hit that ground, of course, I'm barefooted, and I ran to the back door, and I'm beating the door. And my grandma, she's like, "What are you doing? Why are you outside? What are you doing?" I was like, "It's you." I'm hysterical. And she said, "I told you not to go up there." She did not elaborate. She's like, "Just come on, come to my room. You're not going back up there." And you could hear this, the stairs. Of course, we kept the door shut, and you could hear like old boots, like somebody in heavy boots walking down, and they go bump, bump, bump down the steps, and it get to, like it was getting to the bottom, and then it couldn't come through that door to come to the bottom, into the bottom part of the house. It could not come out of that area, but again, that door opened and into my mom and dad's bedroom. There was another door, and then another. It's like 3 doors there, and then the door out of the kitchen. And one day I was coming past.
And I'll stop it right there. So if you're interested in hearing that video, you can go back and check it out on my channel. If you just want to hear the audio version, it's on Spotify. So that's for those people that want to check it out. Um, Let me switch this back to solo. All right, I'm back here. So goal is I want to start doing some more videos on some other things, but I gotta be careful how I do it because I don't want to be getting in trouble. Um, Let me see something here. So, what'd you guys think of the whole Stranger thing? Like, did you guys think it was pretty good on ending? I don't know if you watched it yet. If you haven't, it was kind of I feel like it was kind of a little disappointing. They could have done some more to it. I mean, 3 years, and that's what they came up with, So I can tell you right now, it was 50-50 about it. But I do believe Stranger Things is based on real things that are going on that they've been keeping in the dark. What do you call the monarch, or what do you call that word? I already forget how to pronounce it. But anyhow, they're basically doing tests on children and stuff like that, and dealing with aliens and going through different times and stuff like that. I do find that stuff interesting. It's Monarch. I can't remember. Anyhow, let me check something out here, guys. Oops. Oops. Hit the wrong button. All right, so check something out here, guys. We're gonna go ahead and check out these crawlers, guys, because you can tell they're kind of interesting, aren't they? Mm-hmm. See if I can find one that kind of looked like what I saw. I guess they call them the rake crawler. I don't know. Let me see here. And before I play the video, this is coming from at Robot Paranormal 6835 channel. Tail crawler rake. So hopefully I'm doing that right. Let's see here. Let me check my comments. Montauk. Yep, Montauk. You're right. That's what it was. Right on, dude. Right on. It's important to save those. Let's check out this one real quick. Because I'm interested in talking a little bit about it. Here we go.
Oh, frick! Oh, frick!
So what do you think? Do you think that one was real? That one's really interesting. That one was done back in March 27th. Once again, come from at Robot Paranormal 6835. Subscribe to his channel. Check it out. I don't know if he's big time or not, but I just gotta make sure I'm doing this right, sharing people's channels.
Oh, frick!
Yeah, that one does look real. Wish it slowed down.
Oh!
I paused it there. You can see it there. That's kind of what it looked like. What I saw. Oh man, look at the long arms on that. It's kind of what it looked like, the color and everything. What I saw go across the road.
Oh, frick!
Ugh, that gives me the creeps. All right, let's go ahead and next one here. This one's from Arcadia After Dark. Arcadia After Dark, I mean. I don't know. What do you think of that one? Yeah, you're right about that, Duffy. Maybe I need to go to the source of it, but of course I still like to share their channel, Arcadia After Dark, just so way I don't get in trouble with the YouTube. All right, here we go. Right, I don't know. I don't know about that one, guys. Real or fake, that one.
I told him I was not scared, and I...
All right, and this one's at Bree Els above, something like that. Crawler encounter, creepy cryptid crawler. This could be somebody just sharing a video, like you said.
took point as we entered the woods. He followed behind and even attempted to scare me a few times by jumping on me. After about 20 minutes, we reached a clearing in the woods. As we did, I began to see strange lights floating in the trees. What came next was something I could have never expected or imagined. Across the clearing, bathed in the blue light of the moon, just standing there, was an upright naked figure. It stood about 5 feet tall, completely hairless, with gray skin and eyes illuminated by a soft yellow glow. I froze on the spot, petrified by what I was seeing and unsure if I could trust my eyes. My friend hid behind me, looking over my shoulder, and asked, "What the fuck is that?" As if in response to his question, the creature instantly sprang into motion. It fell onto all fours, snarled, and began walking backwards. It walked backwards toward a tree, and then, without breaking a step, walked backwards up the trunk of the tree and onto a horizontal branch which hung over the path and at the other end of the clearing. My friend took off.
Man, that's interesting. Okay, hold on a second, guys. Before I go and play another one, I gotta make sure it's what we can play on here. Okay. All right, so this one is at almost. I don't know. So it's almost Cannon Pod or some YouTuber. Yeah, that's what she said on there. That one's kind of interesting. I like to find, that's one thing I'm going to try to do to Miss Duffy is look for the source of these videos and go actually to the people that actually brought it out and share it from there. That's what I'll do next time. Do some homework. So yeah, this one's called the Pill Crawler or Glimmer Man. Spotted near something here. Coming from the guy's channel at almost Cannon Pod or something like that. Let's check it out. I don't know. That's strange to see it right here. Almost like Predator type thing. Interesting. What do you guys think of that one? That one's interesting, huh? Okay, hold on a second.
I finally got my hands
on. Okay, we're not trying to advertise that. Hold on a second. Alright, let me turn the sound off here. Ooh, that one's kind of creepy. Alright, guys, let's check out this one. This one's coming from at BRXSTR. I don't know who the hell. Huh. Okay. Give me a second here. All right. So this one's going to be coming from a YouTuber at BRXSTR. So let's go ahead and share it. Oops. Here we go.
hold the light.
See that? It's right here. There's looks like a mouth and eyes, body right here.
Right there. Sir, you okay?
It almost looks almost alien-like.
They were back up.
Whoa.
Look at it. Immediately gets a whole hell no to that. Y'all. Like, that is definitely a human arm. You can see its shoulder and biceps.
Hold the light right there. Sir, you okay? They were back up.
Look at it. Immediately gets a whole hell no to that. Y'all. Like, that is...
That one's interesting.
This pizza delivery.
Wow. Pizza. We're not going to watch that.
Shut your fucking...
This pizza
All right, hold on a second. do some videos and these other things pop up. All right, let's check out some interesting videos here. I always thought this thing might be legit. Let's check out
Pale
let's check out the Wicked Encounters channel. Sure, subscribe to them. Check them out. Hold on a second. Oops. And here we go.
crawlers are some of Pale crawlers are some of the more famous creepies thanks to the internet. They're common creatures used in creepypastas or no-sleep stories, such as the Rake. These drug addict-looking beings are typically seen at night, humanoid in their appearance with thin, pale bodies, long limbs with razor-sharp claws, and large eyes. They're extremely dexterous and fast, along with a keen intellect that's a dangerous combination with their hyper-aggressive tendencies. To be honest, they seem like the creatures from The Descent. Pale skin, long limbs, nocturnal behaviors. If there's a noticeable majority of sightings being from the Appalachians, I'm gonna go with the theory that these things evolved in caves and came out to rule the world. Either way, be careful when you walk home alone at night. That thin and pale person may be a pale crawler. Or a meth head. Pale crawlers are some of the more famous creatures.
I don't know you heard that. Or a meth head. That's funny. But yeah, I don't know what to make of those, man.
We have to talk.
Creepy.
No, what the?
Creepy cryptids from.
We have to talk about this. This is another thermal scope story, so buckle up.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to probably end it there on those. Okay. Oops. Anyways, and these crawlers creep me the hell out, man. So I don't know. I'm gonna look more into them and look more into them around my area. I'm gonna reach out to the guy that's telling me about them, and see if he'll be wanting to come on the show. He may not want to come and do a video show, but I can have him on here and keep him, his video closed. We'll see if he'll come on because we need to get somebody on here that's had more experience with these crawlers, right? So I think it's a whole nother thing to look into. Maybe I can get Matt or Rye to come visit someday once I get an area known where they're at, and other people. I mean, hell, even you, Duffy, ever make it down here in Texas, we can go check it out. It's interesting, very interesting. So hopefully I'll have more for you guys. I'm kind of winging it with some of these shows I'm doing, live shows. Soon there'll start being new episodes being dropped here every week, but not right now. I want to build it up a little more to make sure I have an episode every week for you guys. I'm going to be reaching out to some friends to bring them back on the show, and pre-record it, of course, and pre-do the videos too, and eventually I'll have more audio versions and stuff too. Yeah, it'd be awesome to go check it out, man. We go down there and I mean right in the backyard, really. But so dogs definitely don't like it. What's going on around here? But I don't know. I'm more wanting to know what the hell's up with these witches around here. I get told about too. I mean, I've seen a few that seem a little weird. Some ladies, but some people just look like witches. But I do believe they're real. So that'd be a whole nother episode to do about that too. But anyhow, guys, I'm gonna probably end it here. I just wanted to come on and do a little video and say Happy New Year to you guys, and hopefully you do what you plan to do this year. Stick to your goal. Whatever you plan, a better life. My goal is to have a better life and be in better shape and be better financially too. Tired of struggling, so get myself out of the hole. It took me a lot to get down here. I just got to get myself out of that hole a little bit, and then I'll be doing just great. You don't have to make a lot to have a good life. You got to be just happy, just, keep moving forward. Do what you love. And I love podcasting, and I'm back at it, and I'm going to stick to it now. So, if it ever comes my full-time job, great. But if not, it's okay. I have fun doing it because I'm talking to like-minded people, making friends, and that's the most important thing to me. The whole other side effect of it comes with it. It comes with it. If it don't, it don't. I don't care. I have fun doing it, and I'm out there to explore the truth. And I'll tell you what, I challenge. I challenge a lot of people, like researchers out there, to come on my show and speak their truth and show their evidence, show a before and after picture. And I'll tell you what, I never hear back from them. So that tells me they're probably hoaxers. So I've been ghosted by one particular guy. I mean, he seems like a cool dude, but I don't know. I feel like he's a bit of a hoaxer. I mean, I think he had a couple legitimate stuff, but I think he's a hoaxer. That's what I call these certain researchers that don't want to come on and show their evidence and their truth. I'm gonna say they're hoaxers. Especially the ones who don't do a before and after picture of what their findings were. It could be a touchy subject to some people out there. But I'm after the truth when it comes with these researchers and people who experience in the counters and have them all the time or just had a one-time experience. We need to hear it. We need to hear their experience and bring it on the show and share it with the people because you're going to bring more people forward that had a similar experience as you. So I think it's absolutely important that you share your encounter. If you haven't been on a show yet or anything really, be sure to reach out to me. I'll bring you on and you're going to be treated with respect. I'm not going to ridicule you. I'm not going to laugh at you. I'm going to let you share your encounter and your experience and your thoughts on what they are and what it could be. We might debate a little bit, say, I think it's this and you think it's that, but with respect. So I'm always going to show my guests respect, and that's the way it should be. Even if we think differently than the others, guys, we should show them respect to people. And the ones who are set in stone on things, it's their right to think that way. But anyhow, like I said, if you want to share your truth, come on the show. You're more than welcome to come on. And I do challenge a particular researcher. If you want to prove me wrong that you're not a hoaxer, come on the show. And I know you know who you are, and I know you peek on my videos here and there. So if you want to share your truth, come on the show. Let's hear it. And my best advice to these researchers: do it before and after picture. Because there's one guy I just don't think it's a dog, man. I think it's a tree. Paradola effect, because the face of it's really low on the ground and it just doesn't look right in my opinion. But I could see through a lot of BS, but I do believe there's a lot of people that have some good evidence though, and they've been sharing it, and people are just not giving them the attention or day because they don't believe in their theory of it. So those are the ones you gotta stay away from, in my opinion. But like I said, if you want to come on the show, email me. It's on the bottom of the screen here. Here, let me point my finger right there. See that? There's the email. But people, might just be listening when they're to it, email me at mountainmanett@gmail.com. Or you can find me on Facebook. Look for Blake Botel, and you can message me, and we'll set up a date and bring you on the show. So I hope you guys enjoy these videos I'm doing. I'm going to do a whole lot more of them, live shows. I think it's fun. Let me check some things here, guys. I want to make sure I go out with my... Let's see here. I am trying to find my audio thing. Oh, there it is. All right. And there's that. Okay. Excuse me. Let me check my comments before I go. I love it, Delphi. You always react your video. You probably, oh, I'm stepping over it or something like that, huh? It's okay. I definitely got to bring Duffy back on. Cool dude. But let me see here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of these videos I'm doing. A little react. We check out some videos. We can say, hey, I don't believe it. I don't buy it one bit. Or, it's something. We don't know. and trying to do it a little differently than others because a lot of people do it. I'm trying to make more with you involved with it, and you know, reading your comments and seeing what you think on it. Anyways, guys, we're gonna go out with a bang here. Not a bang, but you know, I hope you have a happy new year, and I hope you go for your goals. I'm gonna try my best to do mine. So do yours, guys. So here we go. Thanks for coming by and watching. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell button and comment and share the show. The most important thing you can do for me is share the show. And don't forget to subscribe. If you want to check out my stuff on Spotify or iHeartRadio or other platforms, make sure you hit follow and rate the show as well. I really appreciate your support. The more I get out there, the more stories come forward for you guys. They're true stories. All right, guys. Until next time, let's explore the truth together. Thank you for coming, guys. Hey.